niggas outside cracking the matrix. Trying to dodge the COVID and the haters. Milk on
Fellas, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to LaRue's room. Alright, so familiar face and then not so familiar face, but that's a great thing for tonight. So obviously we got the homie DJ Hope with us, and then in the middle we got D Pool, man. We got D Pool finally in the building, man. This
What
is
up, Pooh?
it's overdue. It's overdue, but we need it. We need
My
Sir.
it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for bringing me on, brother.
You already know what time it is, bro. You already know what time it is. But how's everybody doing tonight, bro? Everybody straight?
doing
Yeah,
good. Just got
doing
done
good.
cleaning some kicks
You did, man. You was cleaning like 20 pairs of kicks, man. I couldn't be
yeah,
me. Hey,
with the Modelo.
cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah, I ain't got no kids, so I just be cleaning my shoes when I'm bored.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. I ain't mad at it. So, Pool, man. I know there's a lot we can talk about. Obviously, this will not be the only episode that you are on, but today, man, talk to us about this trade and stuff you got going on, bro. Like, this is like, it's major because it's untapped potential. I feel like not a whole lot of people know what's going on in the trading world. So, how did you get started in trading?
Man, I got started first with trading, just being interested in economics, investing my money, figuring out how to make my money work for itself. And then it developed into something where I was able to learn that you can be more hands-on instead of just investing how, I guess, what is more common, like 401k,
Through work and stuff
Roth
like that?
IRA, stocks, things like that, where your money is still growing, but it's growing at a percentage and it's growing with whatever you're invested in. When I was able to figure out that you could take money or get a hold of an amount of money and actually be more detailed with it as far as more in control, but actually choose the amount of money pretty much that you want to make depending on your contract size, the amount that you're able to they call it leverage. So the amount of money that you can leverage to make your money grow at a faster rate than just with the percentage that most things that you can invest in as far as indices, stocks, crypto, ETFs, all those things. They have pretty much a limit, and not a full limit. Anything has the uncapped potential, but pretty much you have a limit because of the price. When something is tradable first starts, it starts very low, and then once it accumulates and it gets to a certain point, like Apple, once Apple reaches a certain amount of money, and then they go public and they start to turn into IPOs and they're tradable. They make it on a different stock exchange. They go from levels. When you're invested in something like that and you just get a share of it, it takes a lot more money to actually see high returns. So with actual trading and getting the price, using that price level based on the education that I've learned and that anyone can learn, you can take that price, you can buy into whatever you're investing in, and you can go up with the price, or you could sell and go down with the price, and that makes money as well. And pretty much you can control how much you want to lose or gain. And we're all looking for the gain. So
Absolutely.
I pretty much just was introduced to, like I said, the side where you can get more hands on, and that was what really took off. So I've been pretty much um, invested in this and learning, and pretty much it became a part of me forever about 6 to 7 years ago.
I was gonna say it's low key been longer than that. You've been actively trading since like 2015.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's 9 years.
hey, Hope. So he
That's
told me
crazy,
I
ain't
was
it?
I was on the phone with him last week. He told me a story, bro. So this is how you know somebody's dedicated. So he told me when you went to go visit him in Sacramento when he was living out there years
That was
ago,
like 2015, right? Or was that 16?
somewhere around there.
2016.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhere around there. But he told me like he was like, "Hey, bro, you can take the bed, bro. I'm gonna be on the couch. I gotta learn this. Like, I gotta take this to the next level." That right there, bro. Like, just that alone lets you know how serious somebody is about their craft and what they want to actually learn and the work they're going to put in. So, I trust Poole with everything, man, when it comes to the trading world. So
I definitely, yeah, that definitely happened. He definitely said that.
that's legit. It's
He
actually
was like, "You about
crazy.
to go to sleep? Go ahead. I'm about to stay up and look at the market."
That's crazy,
Yeah,
bro. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I had that passion. That passion for it is different. It's like once you get involved and educated on it and it clicks, once it clicks, it's almost like you just can't turn it off.
Right.
It's like you'll never forget.
Mhm.
And then you like it light bulb goes off as far as, oh, I can actually do something like this, or I can press buy, I can press sell, and I can make this amount of money this quick, this fast, or over time I can accumulate. And it's all based off of what I'm seeing on my chart, something that I learned, not just, oh, I hope that, I hear some good news at the end of the quarter, or,
Right.
you know, hopefully, I heard this coin is going to take off next, even though a lot of coins, they have a lot of historical information behind it. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Basically,
Hey,
you can go with the flow of the market every day.
Poole. So like, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you like start this journey like when you were at Kentucky, or like how did this come about? Like, did you just pick it up somewhere, or did you just start reading, or what happened exactly?
So I picked up actually being like I said, detailed trading. So as far as that, I picked that up when I was living in Sacramento, but I always was into investing. Um, I just never found an avenue or a path that anyone was, excuse me, willing to teach, or just I wasn't even introduced to it because I was taking classes, at University of Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
majoring in economics, but there was never any like software or anything like that that was um, brought to my attention or presented to me where I literally had the platform to actually buy and sell and make trades on my own. That happened in Sacramento when I met somebody that I'm a good friend with now. And pretty much he introduced me to that because I was out, we were talking, and it just randomly came about. And he was like, "Well, have you heard about this?" He showed me, and I saw the ability to press that buy and sell on a platform, almost like a video game. And it was like
Just
after
on your
that, I was like,
phone
"Oh
too.
yeah,
He said we off to the
yep,
races.
yeah," because it was like before, it was just like up in the air, almost like nobody wanted to talk about it. So yeah, that was when I actually got introduced to that. And then I even took a class, paid about 1,500 to go to a 5-day in-person course to learn from somebody that had his own course and was teaching. He's very successful, and he taught me his method, or and pretty much the basics and the standards of how to understand charting, analyzing different currencies, indices, metals, crypto, whatever, anything that has a price with a chart on it.
So I don't know if you want to ask anything, Ant, but my thing is like a lot of these people or a lot of these influencers who, you know, teach crypto and trading and different techniques. Are they all teaching the same thing, or is it all different depending on what you do? Like, where we at with that? Like, how would you say everybody else is like who's in this spot to teach it? Like, are they all teaching the same way, or is it all different?
And you asking me right now,
Yeah,
Amp.
yeah.
It's all different, and it all depends pretty much on how educated but how truthful, the person is. One of the biggest things with Forex, which is just short for the foreign exchange market, a lot of people kind of took that wave because people weren't actually educated or introduced or familiar with it, and they kind of abused that space, create groups, create signal groups, pretty much pretend like they know it all and they making, all this crazy money. It takes a very long time, or you have to have access to a lot of capital because there's going to be days where you lose. There's going to be days where you win. There's going to be days where you're up and down and break even and
Yep.
things like that. So, I guess from what I'm gonna say is when I was working with Fidelity and working at that investment firm for a little bit, everybody can teach technical analysis, which is literally marking up your charts, going off of price action or price that's already printed on the charts, looking at the history and what it's done before, different candlestick patterns and things like that, what to look for, how to set your trades up, There's also fundamental analysis, which is more like the news, interest rates, housing prices, unemployment, payroll, non-farm payroll, everything like that. Those things all factor into the prices and how they change in the market. So everybody is always different. There's just certain methods that work for some people and certain methods that work for other people. And
Yeah,
you know,
just like betting, kind of.
Absolutely.
well,
I
it's more of
so
an educated guess, but
Pool, he taught me a lot. Even when I was out there in Sacramento, he like got me set up with a practice account, and I kind of just stuck with that until I was ready to put some money in it finally. But one interesting thing I always looked at that Pool had told me and taught me as well was and you could talk more about this, Pool, is how much the news all around the world can just affect the market.
right. Yeah, the news every single day. COVID was a big one. Anything with the presidents and possibly war or any
War, yep,
attacks.
war and elections that's about to come up. They're all
Mhm.
gonna affect the
Things are
market.
big. Yeah, very big. So yeah, the news it affects pretty much every currency. Not all the currencies, together the same. Like not every news will affect, but anything that has to deal with that economy, certain news is gonna affect it, push price either up or down or keep it, consistent in consolidation where it's pretty much stuck in a box. It's just ranging. It's not really moving up or down significantly.
Hmm.
So
Like when the coronavirus first happened, the market was still open, but they had to go and shut it down because everything was
yeah.
going down. So
Yeah, everything
people
was
was making
tanking, and yeah,
people
it
was
was
making
pretty
money off
much
of that
yeah, it
a
was
lot.
pretty much if you knew what you were doing and was just gonna follow,
The
the
trend, yeah.
movement and what the market was doing, pretty much they have a cutoff where if pretty much a stock or the main indices like the Dow Jones, which is the top 30 companies in the US. When the Dow Jones lost 20%, they have a rule where they freeze the price. So no more trades happen. Like you can't enter, you can't exit. And then they wait until the next day. So that way, they don't lose,
That's
you
crazy.
know,
Yeah,
on their
because
end.
some people will still be in, right? Some people still be in by the time they cut it off, and by the
Right.
time it comes back on, you'll be like down mass and be like, bro, like
Or
that's
you'll
kind of how
be
they
up a
get you
lot.
sometimes, or you'll be up a
Yeah.
lot. Exactly.
hmm
I couldn't even
Yep, it's kind of
imagine.
like a crash, pretty much.
I couldn't even imagine,
Hmm.
man. Like, just if we were all touching that type of money, like 10, 15 years
Yeah, if we
ago,
had access to
oh
it.
my
Oh my God, it would be amazing.
man, maybe millions, bro. Maybe.
It was it was crazy to see Dogecoin in like real time.
Mm-hmm. Just the
Like, and I
Yeah.
progression,
mean like real time. Like, I mean like it was around, wasn't nobody talking about it. Nobody talking about it. Pool would bring it up, like, yeah, it's doing this, it's doing that. Like he would always
Mhm.
watch what's like coming up. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, all right, yeah, Doge is all right. But then it was at one point he was like, all right, you need to buy, you need to buy, you need to buy. And then like I bought some, K like bought some, he had his parents buy some.
Bro, I'll never forget that because when he
Pool,
pull you there,
Yeah, I'm here.
your camera must have went
Hold
out.
on. Yeah, I'm trying to set something up for y'all.
Oh, you about to put something
oh,
on?
you trying to pull up the screen.
Yep.
But yeah, when we all bought and just like saw the money grow, like it was just like this is real. Like you cannot say this is not real. And then like it was one moment I was DJing somewhere and I was like, "Hey, like look at your Dogecoin right now." And he was up. He was almost up like a band or so.
Bro,
So
you
it's definitely exciting.
the crazy part about it too, like, talking to Pool before it even happened. Same thing you said. He said you need to buy it, like you need to get in.
You
And it
need to
was
get in.
like
You need to get in.
he had been watching this for years, bro. Like years. And
Hmm.
it just came about.
Yeah,
So
out of nowhere. Yep.
literally out of nowhere.
That's kind that's just well, it's not out of nowhere, but like if you're like paying attention to everything, but to like some people like that are not trading every day, Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
I ain't mad at it though, bro. I am not mad at it at all.
It was at one point in time I was probably invested in like maybe 10 different things. Just 10 different like I have my money in Dogecoin, I have my money in Ethereum, I have my money in a few stocks at the time that was going up. I got a hold of AMC before they like started going crazy.
Cause you was balling.
Um
You was balling back
yeah,
then. You was
we
him.
had that extra paper around.
You was him. So, hey, so Pooh, so we have a chart in front of us, man. Help us understand what's going on here, man.
All right, so right here we have the price of gold, which is a metal. Um, Basically, right here to the right, you have the price.
Mm-hmm.
This line right here going across is going to be the active price while it's currently moving. And right here, this whole chart in front of me, we have candlestick analysis. So basically, every green candle that you see is a bullish, and that term is for when the price goes up. Every red candle is going to be a bearish type of candle. Price movement and bearish obviously is the opposite of going up, it's down. And basically, over the years, I've just been able to break down my chart analysis uh, and see how price is actively moving. So right now, this chart right here, you see this one and H in the background, pretty dimmed, but it stands for 1 hour for each candlestick analysis. So basically, the price has a full hour from the top of the hour until it closes. So when that 59th minute closes, the candle is active, it's moving, it's going up, it's going down, and price is making a decision based on the current trend. We have uptrends, and then we have downtrends, and then we also have consolidation where the market kind of moves sideways. It's not really moving up or down significantly. And pretty much I can teach anybody what I've been taught on how to find the very important price points where price either rejected or it held support if we're looking at the bottom. So right up here, you can see two candlesticks where right here was the open of this candle. It finished above where price opened, so that made the candle green. So price pushed up, and right here you can see the open for this candle is right at the same price point. It may have touched above, but the volume that's inside the candle is from the open to the close. It closed lower, so that's why it created that red candle, and that's going to be what I call a rejection area, where price literally came up to a specific point and then it didn't go any further and it came back down. And that's all a part of every trend. I'm not going to get too specific, but this is a pretty good push up for price. Price held right here. Resistance is always going to be above price like a ceiling. Support is
Hmm.
always going to be below price like a floor.
Yeah, make
And
that
then
M
you
with it real quick.
and then you can see this same kind of candle close. That's where price sat, and it never went below as far as actually printing volume within the candle. It did touch, and it went below this price point. But the most important, as far as marking up your structure, your candles, is where the candles close and open up at, and you see the red and green volume. So that's what's going to matter the most. But you can see price came up, it came back down, it held support, came back up, struggled a little bit, but it found higher support. Had a couple good candlestick analysis, bullish engulfings, pretty much where all the bullish, the green candles, they take over any movement down, which is the opposite of the trend, just called a retrace or a pullback. And then eventually this price area was broken. It was broken by this candle at first. And then anytime that price breaks a certain area, you want it to follow with that same trend. So once it printed above again, that was another signal. Price is going to go up and continue trend. So I can pretty much analyze whatever's going on in the past, which is good, just to get yourself acquainted with the market, get experience, see what it's done before, how it moves,
Yeah,
and
you see
then
where you first started at, Marcus,
Mm-hmm.
and then like how high it is right now. Like that's crazy.
mhm.
Like people are making paper.
So that's literally the uptrend, and you want to find, these specific price points where price stalled or stopped, anything like that. I guess let me try to get this. So I'm just gonna mark off some highs. In the uptrend, you're always looking for highs. This is gonna be a higher low because price went higher. It made a higher high from the point that you would have been analyzing at the time. This high is higher than the last high previous. This high is higher than the previous low. So it's a higher low, but this is where you want to look for your entries. This is where you're looking to actually place your entry into the market and buy. So basically, you want to find all the new highs where price stops, and you want to see a significant movement gradually. You don't want to like pinpoint every single high and low within, the time frame within the chart that you're analyzing.
Right.
And then once you figure all that stuff out, you can see price kind of stalled here, stalled over here again, tried to confuse a lot of people, or it was indecisive, so it retraced completely from this area. But you can see that pretty much that's the same thing. So that's going to be a tested low. This is a tested high. Basically, if it doesn't break above the last high and the previous low, then it's still within that trend and it's just deciding. Right here, we had a new high. Right here, we had a new low. We had another high. We had a new higher low that just sat right where the previous high before, right
Hmm.
here. So you see how
I
that
was just
kind of
about to
lines up.
say, yeah, from that last like low, there hasn't been
Mhm.
nothing lower than that since. So
Right. So you can kind of see how price reacts off of the old areas that it struggled or pushed through. So now because it pushed through this ceiling, came back and sat down, now it's the floor.
it
You got another high
retraced.
right there.
One shot. I had one shot. Now I'm slurring.
You good, brother. So right here, this is all like in between. This would be a new higher low. But again, until one of these 2 points right here, the last high and the last low, until it's broken, we're still within the same range. So the market sat here a couple more times, sat here one more time in this area, and then it shot back up. It broke the structure from this last high, which was the higher high, broke through, and now it has created a new higher high. It could continue up, or it could find a price point, and then it could go back and retest. And usually want to look for price to go back and retouch areas that it previously broken, and things like that. Make sure you're analyzing right. You know how to use proper risk management. But this is all just the beginning stage. I could talk about this stuff for hours, but just getting people familiar, or maybe if they're interested, it'll be a
Tell them,
much more in depth.
tell them more about the charts and the time frame of the charts. Like this is the hour chart, then you got the
Yep.
4 hour chart, then you got the day
Yeah.
chart, you got the 30-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, and it's
Yep.
really I like to look at all of them, but the main ones
Right.
I probably look at is probably the hour, the 30 minute, the 50. I look at all of them honestly. I can't say which one
Right.
I look at more.
Right. I think the higher the time frame is for the chart, so 4 hour, daily, monthly, those are for overall analysis because it's kind of hard to like make a trade or make a plan for a trade based upon candles that open and close within such a large time frame. So 4 hours, that means you have 4 full hours until that candle closes and until the next one opens. So like that's a lot of time. This right here is 8 hours. You know what I'm saying? Just these two candles. right
Yeah.
here because now we're on a 4 hour time frame. It is the most consistent. It is the time frame that's going to give you the most accurate data, the easiest to follow, to go with. So like this daily, I mean, daily gold's just been going up since February of this year,
That's
Thursday,
crazy.
February 15th.
And that's good. That's
It's
something
been
good to
nothing but
see
up.
because right there, it's like, why wouldn't you just put your money in gold and keep it in right now? Because the
Right, and
trend is
invest in it. Exactly. If it's going
is
to keep
going up.
going up, it's one of the most trusted, um, one of the most consistent. Like gold, the U.S. dollar is back. Um, what is it? I'm trying to think about the right word, but pretty much, gold has a lot of value. A lot of things are backed by gold. I'm not sure if we're backed by gold anymore, the U.S. dollar, but at one point we were backed by gold. I'm not sure how they did all the bonds and all the borrowing and stuff like that, but um, gold has a heavy influence. That's why the price is so high, $2,389
People
per.
had to get bailed out over COVID.
Uh, to
Yep.
be honest, I don't want to cut anybody off, but with us
Hmm.
being trillions of dollars in debt, the U.S. dollar is kind of losing its value just a little bit. So gold is the perfect place to pick up if you're watching
Right.
this.
Precious metals. Yep. So yeah, all these time frames they matter. They all correlate together with each other. This website right here, forexfactory.com. I changed my settings to filter only for the US dollar because I'm only interested in everything that has to deal with our economy. Even though gold affects multiple economies, the chart that I'm using is the price of gold versus our US dollar. But I'm interested in medium and high impact news, not really low or very low. So I uncheck all these over here. I got my dollar, growth, inflation, employment, central banks, bonds, speeches, housing, everything has something to do with it. And so I can look at it from a whole week's perspective. I can look at it at a daily perspective. Um, let's see, right here. So this was the news for today. Unemployment claims. We had heavy impact news, which means volume is coming into the market, which means we should have had a lot of movement. If we look today, 8:30 a.m. all the way throughout pretty much the whole day. If I go down here and find what was going on at 8:30, here's 8 o'clock, here's 9 o'clock, 10, and then 11. Ever since 11 o'clock, it's been nothing but pushing upward. So price uh, respected down here where support is, and once it broke this area, which was a level of resistance right here, the support held strong. It held strong twice. It broke through. You can get your entry right here after this hour, which was a bullish engulfing. That's one of the candlesticks that you look for, especially within an uptrend. And then
Say those
price took
terms
off.
again for me. I know what you mean. You know one is going up, one is going down. But what are the how do you say that term?
Bullish.
A bullish, is it going up?
Yep, bullish is going up because bulls, when they fight, they start low with their horns and they go kind of up. That's how they fight.
Hmm.
And bears, they stand tall and they claw down. So that's what kind of like
Okay.
the correlation between
Is that how
bears and
you is
bulls.
that how you learned it?
Yeah, that's what I was taught, and that's
It
just
was
like
in
a good
class like
reminder.
this. The bear's going down.
Well, I just heard it so many different times, but yeah, I don't think the guy that I paid to learn from was saying anything like that. He was more kind of like me, more logical, more straightforward. It's just bullish is uptrend, bearish is downtrend,
Makes it
and
easier
you
for
gotta
Bulls
people
is
just
who are
up.
remember.
Yeah,
trying to
bears is
learn it.
down.
Hmm. So, yep, and then price took off. So you can kind of like once you're able to see all these important price points on the larger time frames, that's when you can go down, to like a 5 minute or a 15 minute. Let's just do 15 right now. But you can see, look, bullish engulfing, bullish candle, bullish engulfing, even though it's not really too pretty, but
But it's a
bullish
lot of green right
engulfing.
there, and then
Yep.
it's red.
Bullish engulfing right here. It engulfed this right here when it was trying to go down. This candle engulfed this candle, bullish engulfing. Then another big bullish one right here. Price came up on the 15 and broke above. Then it sat down and another bullish. And you could literally place your entry right here.
Yep, that's a good entry. Once you see it's going more green than red, that's when you know you need to get in.
Yeah,
Yep, you
absolutely.
could literally get in right after this if you wanted to, right after that bullish. You can have your stop loss below this last red candle, or you could have it down here for safety.
Profit and loss.
And look where price
And your
went
stop
to.
loss is just where if it ever goes down lower than that, then it's gonna
Yeah,
automatically take
lower
you
than
out.
you expect. Yeah, it'll take you out the market without you having to feel the
Worry
effects
about
of full loss. So
it.
right
Yeah.
there, we had, I guess, I would say 64 points would have been the stop loss, but the reward was 464 points positive. So if I do the math on that real quick, what I say, 64, um, 464. So 464 divided by 64. We had a 7.25 to 1 ratio as far as our risk to reward.
That's
So
insane,
your
bro.
reward was 7 times the loss. So that's pretty much how you use your educated
Yes.
analysis to plan trades, and you want to go for trades like that. There's
Your
no way you can like
hypothesis.
go ahead.
I said your hypothesis.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. I mean, educated guess, hypothesis, or once you see how the market moves and the market gives you these signals, like you're not gonna win every single time, but you want your risk to reward to be way higher on the reward side than the risk. If you going in a trade where a trade is 1 to 1 risk to reward ratio and the reward is $500, the risk was $500 too.
It's
So
not
that's
worth
not
it.
good. Versus if this was, let's just say 7 to 1, which it was, but let's just say the reward was 7,000 and the risk was 1,000. You know what I mean? You would have to mess up 6 times in a row, right? And you would still be up 1,000. You
You
get what
can't
I'm
beat that.
saying?
You can't beat that at all.
So,
Oh, definitely.
yeah. So that's how you just kind of, end up figuring out what works for you. But I'm telling you, once I can get somebody interested and they learn and they put in the effort, then it's the possibilities are endless. It's just from then on about
Possibilities.
risk management.
Possibilities definitely endless. For
Yep,
anybody
risk
watching this
management.
right now, this you can't get rich overnight with this. I mean you
No,
can if you super lucky. You just have to be
or
super
if you have
lucky.
the capital,
But if you got the capital, but like if you're
it's up
just
and down for everything. Yeah, go ahead.
you you definitely want to practice with the practice account. You can have a practice account. We can save that for another episode, Pool. If you want to come back and show
Mhm.
them how to set up a practice
Oh yeah,
account,
Yeah,
for
that'd
sure.
be yeah, that'd be nice.
we'll do a full walkthrough. I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, we'll do a full walkthrough of that and kind of have
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
in the description too. So we'll
Yeah,
definitely.
but yeah, you just got to stay on it every day, every night. You got to
yeah.
look at it, even if you don't bet nothing.
Yeah, the
You
same
still
way we
just got to
can
look
look
at it.
at Twitter,
Twitter,
Facebook,
yeah,
Instagram, all
Facebook,
that stuff. If you can look at your social media account or your news
yeah.
feed or whatever,
Just got
things
to
like that,
program
you
yourself.
can,
Yeah.
yeah, you can learn this information and take a look at this. I mean,
Mhm.
15, 20 minutes, you're going to look way more than that, but I'm willing to. I don't get paid, off Twitter or nothing like that. I mean, I would love to, but I'm just saying,
Or
if
else
you look at it
65.
from the
Yeah.
average person, we're not getting paid to look at Twitter. We're not getting paid to look at Instagram and all that stuff. So if you could take just 15, 20 minutes every time you look at your phone, you know what I mean? And you already have the education, you're already studying, you're already putting yourself in a position to see, what the
Mhm.
market's doing, what the market's giving you, um, and giving you a chance to make money with the market. The market's going to move every single day,
Every
but
day.
we can look at, a chart that's going to get us more money, access
And
to
I
more
like
money.
to I like to look at it at like the top of the hour, or if I'm
Mhm.
really into it, every 30 minutes, I'm definitely checking my
Right.
phone to
Yep,
see
Absolutely.
where
exactly.
the market
Set an
is at.
alarm or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean,
And it's not like
um,
you got to stay on it. Like I'll look at it
yeah,
for 5 minutes. After the 30 minutes, I just, after the last
yeah.
30 minutes, the
Hmm.
next 30 minutes hit, I might look at it for 5 minutes and then be
Right.
like, all right,
And
now I
just
see
check
what's,
on that. Make sure it's
yeah,
doing what it's supposed to do,
what
or
it's
if
supposed to be
it's not,
doing.
then it's not.
Then
And
it's
pretty
not.
much, um, once you do all your analysis, you're just waiting for your entry. You're
Yeah.
just waiting for your position to maximize your profits, minimize those losses, and pretty much, um, I guess what it is, for me, it's a skill that no one can ever take away from me. It's a skill that no one can ever take away from anyone that learns this. Um, and it's a game that's been around for so long. It's been around for so long. We just haven't been introduced to it. A lot of things haven't been introduced the right way. People have been taken advantage of, all that stuff. Guess what? Anything in life is a risk. I'm going to take this risk 9 times out of 10, really 10 times out of 10, but I just say 9 times out of 10. But I'm gonna take this risk. I mean, who wouldn't like an extra 200, even $100 a day? I mean, I want more than that, but an extra 200, 250, or 500 a day,
Mm-hmm.
like for Marcus,
Hey,
help him
just
with
even,
his
yeah,
account.
it's
Yeah, first
even
trade, 20
me
minutes,
just making a hundred
530.
dollars. That
Yeah.
would be, that'd be Gucci. I
Hmm.
think
Absolutely.
the highest my account was up at was like 500 one time.
But you started with 100.
I
You
started
know what
with
I'm saying?
100. I
So
went to
you're
five. Yeah.
your ROI was what, 400%?
Mm-hmm.
So 100 to 500, 400%. Where are you getting that type of return anywhere else where everything's limited? You might
And
be able
I'm
to
at
choose
home.
what you can invest in. You might be able to say, "Oh yeah, I think this is going up," but you'll never invest with another company and get anywhere close to 50% ROI or 100% ROI or over 100%. Just like you were saying with the Dogecoin, like that was something that, hey, guess what? If I can waste money on things that I like, or going out and shoes and
Mhm.
dinners and stuff like that, I can put 1,500. I could put
15.
15,000
Yeah.
into a
I don't
coin.
know. I'm trying
Just
to remember how much I put in a Doge. I want to say it was like 200 or 300,
right,
and then it went
and
up
it
a
still
few
went
bands.
up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
a few bands from investing in something where the way that the world, society, the economy, the way it's moving, we're going more towards that digital era anyway. That's why
yeah,
Bitcoin right now is at an all-time high. People didn't
facts.
believe that. I wish
They
I would have
didn't.
listened back in college.
I wish I would have listened when Dope came out, man. You imagine it when Dope came out if we all would have put like $100 in Bitcoin back then,
Would have been stupid.
I think it was
Stupid.
already like high by that time. When did Dope come out?
like 2015, literally. So it makes sense
Yeah,
for
so
2016 that is when you started doing it.
yep. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I heard about Bitcoin when I was in college. You know what I'm saying? When it was at
Crazy.
the
It
very
was very
beginning.
low. Yeah.
Yeah, 2015, it had already reached a lot of big peaks and ups and downs and stuff like that. So,
Well, fellas, let's go ahead and close this out, man. This has been a
We told them how to work, but never say shit. My niggas outside cracking the matrix. Trying to dodge the COVID and the hate.